A very good morning to all my students. Welcome to your English 1 class. I know today all of you are very excited. As I told you, in this class we will learn something new. In class 5, I am not sure whether you have practiced picture composition, but in this class we will learn how to write a picture composition. Beforehand, we have learned how to write a composition. Here, this will be something different because it will be given either a picture or a set of pictures which basing on which you have to make a story or a composition. Isn't it interesting? So let us begin with what do you mean by picture composition? As you can see in the screen, a picture composition involves writing sentences based on a picture or a set of pictures. Please keep in your mind the sentences should be meaningful. Okay, they should have a meaning. They should not be like a set of words that put together without meaning. It should not be like that. Okay, so meaningful sentences based on a picture or a set of picture that has been provided to you. Observing and describing the picture or pictures in the form of a composition or a story. Now what you have to do, you have to observe it minutely, okay, so that you can make your story or composition. Before we proceed, we need to observe, no? So this ability should be there. We need to observe things first, then we should write commenting on that. Asking questions and noting down the answers. Then what will you do? You will be asking questions. See, when you will have the picture in front of you, some questions will definitely arise. Okay, like what is the setting? What are the characters? What are they doing? This sort of questions. So the questions, whatever is getting arised in your mind, you have to write the answers. Who is going to provide you the answer? You yourself. It is your story. So your question, your answer. You just frame your question and then the answers and jot those things down. Arranging the answers in a logical order. Yes, there should be a logic because all the sentences, all the answers should be put together in a logical order so that they should have a meaning, they should have a sequential story to told. Giving a suitable title. Yes, you have to give a suitable and very a very interesting title to your story, because this will attract your reader first. Okay, this title should be appealing to the reader so that they can get attracted and read your story. Not to forget starting the paragraphs away from the margin. Yes, you should start your paragraph away from the margin, right? Let us proceed. Now, planning a picture composition. Suppose you are planning a picture composition. What are the things you have to keep in your mind? First, setting. Where does it take place? Okay, see the picture. While you will have the picture, you will have a setting. So, where does it take place? You will have the answer. It can be anywhere. Okay, it's your choice. No one is asking you to write his or her own choice. It's completely your story, your imagination. So you can color the way you want. When does it take place? After seeing the story, after seeing the picture, you will have in your mind, I mean, it can be in the morning, it may be in the evening. Okay, any time of the day or night. Who is the main character? There must be a main character. Can be a boy, girl, man, woman, a dog, a pet, a cat, anything or anyone it can be. What is the main character doing? Yes, the character should do something. There should be certain action that is going on, right? Purpose. what did the main character want to do? Okay, what did the main character want to do? Okay, see, the character must have something to do, because you need to give your story some interesting climaxes. Okay, suppose the character is thinking of doing that, but this has not happened, except that something else had happened. So like that, he or she is thinking something to do. Action. What happened? There must be an action, without that the story would be incomplete, right? So, conclusion. After what had happened in your story, you have to write, you have to feel all the details, so that your story has become an interesting one with all the facts and very interesting messages. Okay, so after the climax, what had happened? What is the conclusion? The final outcome? Something had happened, definitely. You may find any solution, you may not find the solution. Okay, then emotion. How did he or they feel? Yes, since it is a story, while writing the words, you have to put emotion with it, the emotion of the main character or the other characters present in the story, because without that people won't relate with your story. If your story is emotional, it can connect to the readers very naturally. It won't take much hazard, right? Then then let us look at the picture, not a picture but a set of 4 pictures, as we can see. And if you can closely watch at that picture, you will see there are numberings. It is serially uh, given, the numbers are serially given. First we can see what the setting. As we have learned, we need to first tell about the setting. As we can see, the setting, it is a park maybe, or in a road, but it is quiet, right? We cannot see much people are there in picture 1. What are we seeing right now? A lady is holding a pram, and she is walking. Okay, what is pram? Pram is a baby carriage. As you can see, there is a baby in the carriage. Number 2, see, the woman seems to have seen an old friend of hers. See, in my story, it is her friend. In your story, it can be a stranger as well. But we can see the woman is busy, whispering with that friend of hers. And what had happened? The pram has started moving unattended. We can see no attendant is there, and the pram started moving. Who is the observer? There is a little girl who can witness the whole thing, right? And we can see she is in she's in utter confusion, and what to do, she's quite confused. Then number 3, we can see the women also notice the pram has started rolling away, and they also, the friend of hers, she and the woman, both of them started running in order to catch the pram, otherwise any accident may take place. And in the 4th picture, we have seen somehow there is a passerby who catches the pram and saves the woman's day. He saves any accident to take place, right? He saves the child, he saves the woman's day. So this is the story, this is my story. So it can be different in your own words. Okay, these are the set of these are 4 pictures given in a set, so you can make your own story. Now let us see how I have written the story. Okay, so that you may have an idea. The first picture shows it was a bright and beautiful Sunday morning. The sky was clear and birds were chirping merrily. Shyla was rolling in the park. with her little child tucked into a pram. Many people had come out to enjoy the sun. So, as I have written, it is Sunday morning. It was bright, sunny Sunday morning. You can write, it can be an evening, a Monday evening, but you have to paint it with detailings. Okay, you just cannot write it's a morning, it's an evening. It's not like that. The story will be more beautiful if you paint it with your imagination, with small detailing. Okay, so the second, I have given a name to the character, this Shyla. You can give any other name of your own choice. So Shyla ambled down the park, humming to herself. Suddenly she was humming herself. Suddenly she heard her name being called out by a very familiar voice. It was her dear friend Natasha. See, I have written it was her close friend. You can write there was a stranger, who called out the name of Shyla, and Shyla was very shocked, and she went to her in order to know how does she know her name, something like that. It's up to you. So she turned around to speak with her, but in her excitement, she forgot to put down the brakes of the pram. So she forgot to put down the brakes of the pram. So then what had happened? As the path was downhill, as we can see it was downhill, the pram started rolling down. Luckily Tanya, a little girl, see a little girl, here I have named the girl. You will also name each character present in the story. Playing in the park, saw it started shouting for help. Meanwhile, the baby had started crying. Hearing the cries, Shyla turned around and her heart skipped a bit. The baby was far ahead. See, this is a climax. Now the conclusion part comes. In the fourth picture, Shyla ran fast as she could, ashamed that she had not been more responsible. Fortunately, just as the pram was about to topple over means tumble over, a passerby rushed forward and caught it. Shyla sighed with relief and thanked the kind man for saving the day. So this is the story. You have seen the set of pictures. Now you can understand how to write the story. So now the time comes for your assignment. I have given you a set of pictures. Now you will write your own story. Let us proceed. As we can see, this is the story, but we can see this set of pictures are jumbled up. I have done it deliberately. Okay, so in the first picture, what we can see there's a girl who is showing something to her father, maybe her friend, maybe her uncle, anyone, showing that some birds are outside the window, and we can see the setting. It's completely a wintry morning, and there was terrible snow outside, right? In the second picture, we have seen the girl seems to have told something to her friend or to her father or uncle, as maybe the birds are homeless. We should do something to save them so that they can save themselves from such discomfort. So, after listening to her voice, her friend or father or uncle decided to do something. We have seen the man has started cutting the wood. In the third picture, we have seen he has made a hut, and the girl seems to have colored the hut. In the fourth picture, we can see they have put the hut outside. And in the fifth picture, we have seen they both are very curious, like what will take place right now. And in the sixth picture, we have seen the birds are very happy to get their hut. They are enjoying their movement. They are flying all around the hut, and they seems to be very happy and cheerful in such wintry morning. So this is my story. Now it's up to you. How would you want to color it? How do you want to frame it? So hopefully this class was very interesting and new to you, and you will have much happiness to complete your assignment, right? I'm looking forward to see what you have written. So do study the pictures well and write your own picture composition. Best of luck. Don't forget to mention a title, probably an interesting one. So we'll meet in the next class. Till then, do study well, take care of yourself. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.